Hello everyone, my name is Khushi and I am the artist behind the Instagram page Modern Mirror Girl. So today I am going to show you how to paint this really cool pattern on a 10 inches MDF board. I am super excited to share this video with you guys because this is my very first YouTube video. So get your brushes ready, join me and let's have some fun painting together. So let's start by putting these colors into your paint pots. I am using here a school bus yellow shade for my center dot, and once that is good, we will switch to the sea glass shade to make the first ring of the small dots. Now for the first ring, take the tiniest dotting tool that you have, and as we go we will use a bigger one. Now dip it nicely in the paint so your dots come out really clean. Also try to give some space between the dots as we build up the rings, because the dots will naturally expand a little bit due to the consistency of the paint. So in order to keep them nice and round, make sure you take enough paint on your tool and give some space between each dot. Keep adding the dots next to each other until you finish the entire ring. So once the first ring is done, we will move on to the second ring, and for the second ring I am going to use a pink color. So let's use the other end of the dotting tool and repeat the same process as what we did for the first ring. Now here you might notice I am doing the alternate dots. That is because if you do the alternate dots, that really helps you keep the spacing consistent. Keep doing the dots until we finish this ring. Make sure you are having enough paint on your dotting tool to keep your dots really round and plumpy and nice. Moving on to the third ring, I am using a primary red shade here, and I am repeating the same process as what we did for the second ring. So once the third ring is done, we will do the same process one more time, and this time we will use the orange color. So every time we switch to a new ring, make sure you are increasing your tool size. Now I am going to use my tiniest dotting tool again to create white micro dots in between the spaces in my rings. Now after finishing the micro dots, we will move on to another design element. For that we will use school bus yellow color to make 6 equally spaced larger dots. Now take the larger end of your smallest dotting tool and make small dots on top of these large dots. We are going to walk the dots after this, so this is kind of our first dot to start the walking the dots. Now switch to the smaller end of your dotting tool and using white paint, start walking the dots. Do the same thing on the other side as well, and repeat the same process for all the 6 large dots. Now for the second layer of walking the dots, I want the dots to be slightly bigger than not even slightly, actually significantly bigger than the first ring. So we are using this stick tool, which is kind of bigger in shape, and then making the first dots here, and then we are going to walk the dots again. So now from here we will switch to the brush. I'm going to use a rigger brush in size 1 here. Now with brushes, I really like to cover them nicely in paint, and then we are going to sweep them around the design here to make a petal shaped design. We will add the same pattern to rest of the elements as well. Now make sure for all of them your starting point is the same. Now let's switch to the other color and we'll create the same brush stroke using pink color next to the red one. Now you can see it is coming up really nice and creating a flower type of design. Now once done with pink color, we are going to add a third layer of the brush strokes using yellow color. I think for me there is really less space left out here for the third brush stroke, but because my pink ones are too broad, but let's try to fit that here somehow. So maybe you can downsize your rigger brush size. For example, I'm using size 1 here. Maybe use size 0 or 1 by 0. That might give you a little bit thinner brush strokes and you might be able to fit that here. I personally prefer thicker brush strokes. That's why I always use like larger sizes. But it's up to you, it's your personal preference. So we managed to fit the yellow ones here and I think it's looking fine. So this was just part 1 of the full length video tutorial of this very cool mandala design. So make sure you come back for the part 2. And if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you.